Hey, what's going on? Raheem Madison here, and on today's video, I'm going to be talking about the stories that you tell yourself. All right. Now, some of you may know what I'm referring to, but if you don't, I'm about to explain it in the quickest way I can, right? In the most effective way. All right. So, the example I'm going to use to explain this is for people who work out, right? So, you watching this, do you work out? Right? Just you don't have to comment it in the comments. Just think about it in your mind. You know if you work out or not, right? All right. So when you're working out, let's say you're in the gym and you're working out, and let's say you're doing push-ups, you can be doing bench, you can be doing any exercise, right? Now, we all have something that's called lactic acid, right? And when we get to that point where it just starts burning, whether we're doing leg workouts or whatever we're doing, and it starts burning us, what our mind does, not all of us, right? You may not do this, but there comes a time when we do this, right? Now, when that lactic acid kicks in, immediately in our mind, we're like, oh, okay, I could probably got maybe one or two more, right? Or maybe I'm done because it's really burning and you feel like you can't really do anymore. Now, you remember what I said, immediately in our mind, right? You start to tell yourself a story. Okay, I got maybe one, two, maybe three more, right? And after three, I'm going to be done. Now, you just told yourself a story. You told yourself, oh, I got two more. But in reality, you probably had about five more. Okay, so this can also, I guess another example I can give you to kind of help you understand better if that didn't work is, why was it like, okay, I'll use myself. Why didn't I graduate high school with a 4.0? It's because I didn't apply myself, right? I applied myself enough to graduate with a 3.0, right? But not a 4.0. Why wasn't it, right? Why wasn't I able to do it, right? It wasn't because I didn't understand it. I was very intelligent, right? It's not that I couldn't have gotten it, but it's just I didn't feel like it. You see how everything relates back to feeling. If you don't feel like doing something, you're not going to do it. And every time you tell yourself a story and it keeps you from doing what it is that you really want to do, you're just holding yourself back, especially if you're running a business, right? Matter of fact, a good example would be myself, right? So I was for the past 2 weeks, right? I was actually in the field, okay? Let me actually fix this camera real fast. All right. So I was actually in the field, all right? And I was there for about 2 weeks, right? If you know anything about the military, we go and we sleep out in the open, pretty much areas like this out here, right? And I was there, and then throughout that time, I don't know if you noticed, but I was still putting out videos, right? I was still putting out videos. Now, last Thursday, the Thursday that just passed, I got back from the field and I got back home. Now, I knew that I put out videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? So that's the schedule I decided on. So I knew pretty much right after I got out of the field, the next day I was going to have to put a video out, right? Because that's what I told myself that I was going to do. I was going to have that commitment, all right? So Thursday, I told myself initially that I was going to start working on it on Thursday. And then Friday, I will put it out like, early in the day. Now, I had a ton of things that I had to do, right? Both with family, just preparing for, what we had going on. And I had a lot of things that I had to do. And so I kind of pushed doing the video towards the end of the day, right? I kind of pushed it out. And it was because I almost told myself the story of, okay, I'll probably do it on Saturday, right? I almost told myself that because I was feeling tired. I had just been in the field for 2 weeks, right? And trust me, I was tired. You know what I mean? And so I got home. Next day came, Friday, we pushed it off, started doing some things, and it was getting later and later, and I was just like, man, I just don't really feel like doing it. I'm kind of tired. You know what I mean? And I spoke it out my mouth So immediately my mind picked it up, and my mind started saying, okay, well, maybe we're not going to do it, right? But what I decided to do is, time kept going, but I had to, I picked up my gold card. That's what really, snapped everything back. I'm like, okay, read my goal. I started reading my goal, and I got excited, right? I got pumped up, you know what I mean? And once I read that gold card, it literally snapped me back into action. So literally, right after I read that, I started doing my research, getting the videos ready. You know what I mean? And I put together the video I put out on Friday. It was super valuable. So if you missed that video, you might want to go take a look at that, because that can definitely help you start generating some income. All right. So back to the story, right? Like I looked at my goal card, and when I say I got motivated, right? When I look at my goal card, I set my goals a certain way to where I look at them and then I'm just like, oh yeah, let's go, right? And then I put the video out and I felt good, right? I felt accomplished. But I'm sure if I wouldn't have put that video out, I would have felt a certain way. I would have felt bad, right? So the lesson I want to share with you in this video is, stop telling yourself these stories, because they're not true, right? If you got things that you got to do them, right? You got to just push through. It don't matter if you're tired, right? It doesn't matter, right? I was consistent 12-hour shifts constantly, and I was just ready to get home and lay in my bed, and just chill out with my family, you know what I mean? Just spend some time. But I was literally tired, right? But then I think to myself, what about the man who sleeps outside on the street, who's constantly has to walk to different areas, beg people for food? And just think about that person. Now, that person right there, that person is tired, right? I'm not tired. I wasn't that tired. I may have been tired, but I wasn't tired enough to the point where I wasn't going to do that video, right? So I hope that example helped you kind of understand what I'm saying here. And just get rid of those stories, right? Just knock it out if it has to be done. Just get it done, all right? Especially if you're running a business, all right? So with that being said, I hope you got some value from this video, and hope you actually use what I'm saying here, right? And just limit all those stories, all right? So if you got value from this video, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Tick that bell icon to be notified, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, my friend. Go ahead and check out the view one more time. Beautiful Arizona. Check it out, guys.